Sometimes just one idea, one message, one moment of clarity can change your life forever. That's the power of words. That's the power of truth. And friend, I want to share a message with you today. One that changed my life when I heard it. One that still echoes in my mind every single day. Here it is. For things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to get better. That one truth, it hit me like lightning. Because we spend so much time hoping someone will rescue us. Hoping the economy will shift. Hoping the weather will cooperate. Hoping our boss, spouse, our circumstances will somehow make life easier. But here's the hope is not a strategy. Change doesn't start out there. It starts in here. You can read all the books. You can go to the seminars. But unless you make a decision to change you, nothing will change. And when I really got that, that's when my life started to turn around. See, the message is simple. But it's not easy. It takes courage to face yourself. It takes discipline to rewire your habits. It takes vision to become more than what you've been. But that's what we're here for today. To uncover that one message. To let it take root. To let it grow. Because when that seed is planted deep enough, it changes everything. Sometimes one idea, well placed, well timed, can change the course of your entire life. I remember the first time I heard that, and I thought, really, just one idea. But friend, I've come to believe it. Deeply. One idea can turn your life around, not 10, not 100, just one. Because ideas are seeds. And if you plant the right seed and you water it with discipline, feed it with desire, and protect it with commitment, it grows into something remarkable. Now, I want you to think for a moment. What if you're one idea away from the life you truly want? Not a new job, not a different relationship, not a bigger bank account. No. What if you're just one thought away from seeing everything differently? Ideas are that powerful. I remember being broke, living in a small apartment, too much month left at the end of the money. And then I heard my mentor say something that shifted everything. You can have more than you've got because you can become more than you are. And now that might sound simple, but to me it was revolutionary. It wasn't the government. It wasn't my circumstances. It wasn't my employer. It was me. I was the variable. That idea, you can have more because you can become more, hit me like a hammer. And that was the day I stopped blaming and started building. You see, ideas are like doors. They open new worlds. They show you what's possible. But here's the catch, not every idea sticks. That's why I say, when the right one shows up, you've got to catch it. Write it down. Reflect on it. Let it sink deep into your thinking. Because what you don't catch, you can't change. Let me ask you this, what's the idea that changed your life? Maybe it was, success is predictable. Or work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Or don't major in minor things. One of those might just be the seed you needed. And when the soil is ready, it grows. That's why I encourage people be a collector of good ideas. Not just opinions, not just noise. Good ideas. Read books. Listen to thoughtful voices. Attend seminars. Have conversations that stretch you. Why? Because that one idea, the one that changes your direction, it might come when you least expect it. Now let me share something personal. When I was 25 years old, I was broke, no money, no plan, no clue. Then I met a man named Earl Schaff. He was wealthy, wise, and kind. And in our very first conversation, he gave me one idea that stayed with me for the rest of my life. He said, Jim, if you want to be wealthy, study wealth. If you want to be healthy, study health. If you want to be happy, study happiness. That was it. But it unlocked a new way of thinking. He made me realize you don't get what you want, you get what you study and work for. You don't become successful by accident. You become successful by design. And design starts with an idea. So friend, I challenge you today, don't underestimate the power of a single idea. It can spark a change. It can break a cycle. It can shift your identity. And once you see differently, you act differently. And once you act differently, life starts responding. And what's beautiful about this is you don't need to wait for permission. You don't need to wait for the world to change. Just look for the idea that resonates. That speaks to your heart. That says, this is it. Then grab it, write it down, build your habits around it, let it lead you. Because friending this one message, this one idea, can truly change everything. If you will change, everything will change for you. Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. That idea, my friend, changed the entire direction of my life. I used to look out the window and say, I hope the economy gets better. I hope my boss notices me. I hope someone gives me a break. But then I learned something powerful. Hope is not a strategy. And change, real lasting change, doesn't begin out there. It begins in here, inside you. See, the world isn't going to suddenly become easier. The winds won't stop blowing. The storms won't stop coming. But here's what you can do. You can get stronger. Let me tell you something I learned early. You can't control the seasons. But you can learn to plant in the spring, nurture in the summer, harvest in the fall, and prepare during the winter. The seasons come for all of us. The question is, will you be ready when they do? And readiness begins with you. It's easy to want life to give us more. Don't ask for more than you've earned. Ask instead, what can I do to earn more? That kind of thinking, that's the beginning of real change. Now listen carefully, because this part is important. You don't get what you want. You become who deserves what you want. Want more success. Become more valuable. Want better relationships. Become a better communicator, a better listener. Want more money. Become more skilled, more disciplined, more focused. That's how the world works. You see, we attract what we are, not what we wish for. When I was young, I wanted a lot of things, but I wasn't becoming the kind of person who could handle them. That's when my mentor looked me in the eye and said, Jim, if you want things to get better, you've got to get better. If you want your life to improve, you've got to improve. It wasn't easy to hear, but it was necessary. That was the beginning of responsibility. And responsibility is where your power lies. Because once you stop waiting for someone to fix it for you, you begin the process of transforming your life from the inside out. Now, I want to be honest with you. Change is not always convenient. It's not always comfortable. But friend, comfort is the enemy of growth. Comfort says, stay here. It's familiar. But your dreams say, move forward. It's time. You have to decide, will I grow or will I stay? Because the pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. Let me give you a simple principle that changed my life. Start with little disciplines. Wake up a bit earlier. Read 10 pages of a good book. Practice gratitude every night. Skip one unhealthy snack. Invest $10 in your future. It seems small, but discipline compounds like money in the bank, and before you know it, you've become someone new, someone capable, someone responsible, someone valuable. And let me share something else. Don't wait until everything is perfect before you start. Start with what you have. Start where you are. Do what you can. You'll learn along the way. Because life responds to action, massive daily disciplined action. That's the secret. Not waiting, not wishing, doing. So ask yourself today, what's one thing I could change in me? That would change everything around me. Is it your mindset, your work ethic, your habits, your circle? Pick one. Start small and be consistent. Because the day you decide to grow, the day you take responsibility, that's the day everything begins to change. Success is something you attract by the person you become. So if you want to attract more, become more. That's the path. That's the power. That's the principle. And it works. It can work for you, but it all starts here inside. For things to change it, you have to change. Any day you wish, you can discipline yourself to change it all. Any day you wish, you can open the book that will open your mind to new knowledge. Any day you wish, you can start a new activity. Any day, one decision. That's all it takes. See, people often think change is this long, drawn-out process. But I want you to hear me clearly today. Change begins the moment you decide. It doesn't take a year. It doesn't take a decade. It takes a moment of clarity, a moment of resolve. That one decision can alter the direction of your life forever. Let me tell you something I've seen over and over again. People live years, sometimes decades, stuck in patterns they don't like, wishing, waiting, hoping. But all it takes is one moment of decision to break the pattern. You decide. That's it. I'm done living below my potential. I'm done playing small. I'm done making excuses. And then you act. You close the door to the old and open the door to possibility. When I was 25 years old, I was broke. I had pennies in my pocket, nothing in the bank, and creditors on my back. And I thought to myself, this isn't how I imagined my life would be. I had dreams, but I also had poor habits and poor thinking. Then one day, my mentor said something that pierced my soul. He said, Jim, you don't need to change your whole life right now. You just need to make one good decision. Start there. That was it. Simple. One decision. That decision. I decided to become a student. A serious student of success, of discipline, of personal development. That decision set me on a path. And the results, they came. Slowly at first, then suddenly. One decision can change everything. Now, don't misunderstand me. A decision is not just a wish. It's not just saying, I want to be better. A true decision is backed by action, by commitment, by discipline. A real decision is final. It says, I will do this. No turning back. No more negotiation with your old self. Here's the truth. Every day you're making decisions. To get up or stay in bed. To read or scroll. To invest in your growth or waste another hour. These decisions may seem small, but they're not. They're shaping your character. They're stacking up. And one day they show up in your results. So the question is not, will I make a decision? The question is, what kind of decision will I make today? And you're only one decision away from becoming who you were meant to be. One decision to stop tolerating less than your best. One decision to quit blaming others. One decision to own your future. And that decision can turn your entire life around. You cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction. Direction is a decision. Let me challenge you today. Decide to take control. Decide to lead your life, not just accept it. Decide that you are done living by chance, and you're going to live by choice. And don't wait for New Year's. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for things to be perfect. Decide now. Because the moment you decide, you've already started the journey. And remember, you don't have to know the whole path. Just the first step. And that step is yours to take. Make a decision today, not a wish, not a maybe, a decision. And then watch what happens. The universe responds, opportunities appear, resources show up, people start noticing. Not because the world changed, but because you decided. You took the lead. And now the future is wide open. Everything changes the day you decide. So, friend, what are you waiting for? Make the decision. Back it with discipline. And never look back. Because your life, your future, your legacy, it's all on the other side of one good decision. The big question is not what am I getting? The big question is what am I becoming? Let's pause for a moment and ask a question most people never stop to ask. What kind of person do you want to be? Not what you want to have, not what you want to do, but who you want to become. Because here's the truth, success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. You see, most people spend their lives chasing things, more money, a better car, a bigger house, applause, approval. But they forget to chase themselves. They forget to build the kind of character, the kind of mindset, the kind of strength that naturally attracts all of those things. So I say, stop for a moment and reflect. What kind of person are you becoming? Is that person worthy of the dreams you've written down? Is that person capable of carrying the weight of your goals? Because if not, you've got to go to work on yourself. Let me tell you, if you want to be rich, successful, fulfilled, strong, You have to deserve it. And that takes growth. You can't be casual and expect greatness. You can't be lazy and expect leadership. You can't be undisciplined and expect